Hector, thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be here.
Thanks so much. I wanted to get your reaction, first of all, this morning. What did you think as, of course, Democratic lawmakers here in Texas fleeing the state to block efforts, votes on redistricting here in Texas?
Well, I support them. I really do. This is a tit for tat. It goes back and forth, Nolan. If you look at the legislative session that just passed, 89th session, the Republicans done something very similar. They abruptly ended the session before they could get a final vote for the Epstein files and everything, et cetera. So, you know, one party does it. Why are they so surprised that the other party is doing it? You know, what I feel for is our constituents, our voters, you know, the people that are behind it. They're the ones suffering the ramifications on this. They're the ones having to deal with it. But this is politics as usual.
Absolutely. Do you think all this, though, you know, the potential legal troubles that they could face, is it worth it for Democrat officials here in Texas?
I think it is. Just to make the stand, just to say, look, we won't go quietly into the night, just to say we have a voice, to try to keep the voice. You know, in the end, we may end up with the inevitable to where a session is called, another session is called, and we may end up with it anyway. But them standing up and saying we won't take it laying down, okay? The black and the Hispanic vote is really at stake here, and all they're doing is showing their constituents, like, we are going to try, we're going to push hard for you, we're going to make a stand. If it costs us money, if it costs us whatever the outcome may be, it's worth it to us to show you that we represent you.
Of course, this is all over that proposed congressional map that I think came out late last week. I'm guessing you saw it.
Yes.
What was your reaction to that? What are the changes that maybe you're not happy with, or what people need to look at, especially if they are a Democrat right now?
Well, if you take the geographical areas and you map them out, you say, okay, we're taking a chunk of this, we're taking a chunk of Harris County. We all know that Harris County is, you know, it's Democrat, more Democrat leaning. And you take a lot of the Rio Grande Valley, and you take a lot of these areas that, again, are black and Hispanic, and you gerrymander them and you take away theirs, then it hurts, because they're not going to get that vote back. And how long is it going to be before, you know, the redistricting, before, you know, I can understand geographical, again, demographics, you know, it has to change, but mid-cycle, I mean, mid-cycle, this was strictly a power grab to say, let's make sure that we don't lose these seats. Let's make sure that come midterm, you know, we have enough votes, we have enough seats to not worry about losing it.
Yeah, in the 7 o'clock hour, I was talking with David Stein, Smith County Republican chair. He said, well, Democrats in the past in other states have done, I guess, what Texas is trying to do, or similar to what Texas is trying to do right now, which, again, some are accusing Republicans of gerrymandering. Would you say that has happened with Democrats in the past? Well,
I would say that I'm not sure about that, and I'm not gonna answer to that, because I'm not sure at what point they done it, because the important thing is that if you're going to do it, you have a term. They do it every 10 years. They do it every, not mid-cycle, to where, okay, if you're going to do it, let's wait until the term ends. Let's wait until the cycle ends, and then look at the lines and say, okay, because of the population, because of this, now we can turn around and say we need to redraw lines. But I think that if Democrats or Republicans do it mid-cycle, just to try to gain an advantage on the voters for midterm, I don't think it's right for any party to do this.
What do you make of some Democratic governors in other states, Illinois, California, I believe New York as well, that are threatening to do their own redrawing of their congressional lines?
Well,
do you think it's a good idea, or do you think they're just trying to play politics right now?
It's all politics. Yeah. You know, it's you do this to me, I'm going to do this to you. You know, we're going to fight fire with fire, and sadly that's what it's come down to in politics, is to where if you do this, we're going to do this, and nobody's keeping in mind the voters and everybody else in this. It's just a power play. It doesn't matter what side you're on. It's a power play. If the Republicans do it in mid-cycle, it's because, okay, we're going to make absolutely sure that come midterm we win this thing. let the voters decide. If we're making America so great again, then we don't have to worry about it. Then we know we have the voters there. Then we don't have to turn around and redistrict and do all this mid-cycle. And if the Democrats are doing such a wonderful job, then don't worry about it. Let the voters decide. And if you lose it or win it mid-cycle, you win it or lose it. But as long as this continues, as long as this power grab continues, then the only people that are going to suffer here are the voters.
How long do you think Democrats are going to stay out of state? And I know you talked about it earlier, where obviously Governor Abbott, once this first special session comes to an end, he can just call another one. So it's like the biggest question is that a lot of people are asking is, well, are they going to have to come back eventually, or just what's their next plan if another special session is called, which is probably more than likely at this point? How do you think they play that moving forward?
Well, it may be, again, like I said, it may be inevitable. Last night I was on the phone with Chicago, and I was speaking to some people, and they were saying, well, if this ends, we'll wait till this special session ends, and then if they call another one, we may sit out another one. So, I mean, the other states, Illinois, your Maryland, your Chicago, all these other states are backing them and saying, we'll help you. We'll help you, whether it's financially, whether it's we'll give you a place to stay. But again, this could be called over and over and over again to where it may be the inevitable. But again, I don't blame them for doing it. I don't think it'll last forever. I think it probably will come down to where sooner or later they have to convene in the House. I don't see the Supreme Court, I don't see anybody else. All the threats that are going out right now, I don't see the Supreme Court or anybody else stepping in. I don't think the Supreme Court wants anything to do with it.